especially warm.
Yeah. Partly cloudy with a slight chance of a shower and highs in the mid-50s. This is meteorologist Dr. Bill Williams for FM Talk 1065. FM Talk 1065, the Gulf Coast Weather Authority. Whether you're in search of a great new bottle of wine or you want a rundown of the best brunch spots in the area, Mike and Stu have the answer.
This ain't working, Steve.
The latest trends, expert opinions, and interviews with people in the know. They are the dynamic duo of dining. It's wine and food.
See, I need Stu to be here.
Well, here it's shoes. It's wine and food. Because chew rhymes with stew. These
Here we go. I might not mess up. Well, good morning. Good morning. Welcome to another edition of Sip and Chew with Mike and Stu. Stu, of course, is down at the world headquarters, the Mac and Cheesery down on Dolphin Street, and he'll be there getting things rolling. It's going to be a beautiful day for him, so they should get busy, hopefully. But I am sitting here trying to figure out this live stream here. Oh, here we are. I guess we're on. So, but anyway, I've got a special guest today. I've got Kimberly Richardson, and we're going to get to her in a minute because she's got a lot. You know, it's a new year. You know, new year, new me, new you, and a lot of people try to go on diets and go to the gym and all that, but some people hit roadblocks and life happens and they get sidetracked and they don't stick to it like they had hoped they would. And then by the 5th of January, they're back in the bottle and going through leftovers but like me. But no, we're going to have a really good show. Kimberly was on, she was on last year, and I was just getting started on my diet but I got sidetracked. Like life goes on, and I got sidetracked. But we're going to talk about that in a minute. But big news. You're an Alabama fan, right?
Correct.
Isn't that something? Can you believe that?
Well, you know, I'm kind of happy for him in one sense.
In one sense, yeah.
You know, but then I'm a little sad for us.
Well, yeah.
But excited too.
But I'm sure Miss Terry was ready to get to that $18 million house on the beach.
That's right.
So, oh well. I think we're on. I think we're on Facebook. So I don't know how to do this. First time I ever did this, and it shows we're live. So good. Hopefully so. Okay. But yeah, that upset a lot of Alabama fans, and it shook up the college football world and football world. And but I'm happy for it. And we had a coach just like that. I think we got a good coach. I think we got a good one. Of course, the proof is in the pudding, so to speak. Right. And we'll see next year. We'll see what happens and who's going to stay and who's going. Already some coaches, players that were getting into the transfer portal are backing out, and now they're wanting to get back in and stay with Alabama. Thank God. So except for those who went ahead and declared the NFL draft. So, but anyway, we are a food and wine show here, and we've had a lot of closings of recent of restaurants, and I know it upsets some people. We had Old Pappy and 5, and there's been some issues with Spotted Tea, and we hope that gets worked out at Spotted Tea. But Osmond's finally closed, but I mean he finally retired is what I mean. Right. And he's worked hard. He's really worked hard over the years, and he built a heck of a business there to be an immigrant from another country, and I saw him. Stu and I saw him at the Guy Fieri thing at the Cuban cigar place there at the Loop, and he looked like he's ready to retire. He's been trying to sell the business. Nobody bought, but not a lot of people are buying restaurants right now. But something will open in those locations because they're turnkey. They're ready to go, and I know there's all kind of issues with trying to find help, good, dependable help, people that show up to work on time with a good attitude. And I mean, they're paying better now than they've ever paid in the industry. And I hate to see people lose their job, but there's so many openings out there. They ought to be able to find something. And to me, the more restaurants there are, the thinner the slices of the pie are. And we keep making all these food references, but
That's what you do.
that's what we do. And yeah, but I know Pete wants to get his other place open there on the floor of what I call the old First National Bank building, which you got Dolphins upstairs and La Fiesta. I mean, Las Floriditas downstairs. Pete's got his concept there, and I know he'd like to get that up and going soon.
I'm so excited about that.
That's going to be cool. That's going to be cool. Yeah. And I love seeing things like that. It gives you can walk in one building and get 5, 6 different choice options. Right. Yeah, options. It's all about options.
Hopefully, they have some healthy options.
We'll see. We'll see. And yeah, when we after our break, we're gonna talk about that and my not so healthy options and the options I've made, and I've done okay. I've lost some weight, and I'm happy the weight I've lost.
Drinking water.
I always drink water. I drink a lot of water, and I've been hearing a lot of stories in the news about plastic bottles. And I know I'm a recycler, and I look at all the plastic bottles. I go, doggone, I throw away a lot of plastic bottle. I throw away a lot of plastic, and maybe I need to get something more permanent and find something more permanent. But they're talking about the minute little things of plastic floating around, and
what you're drinking.
Yeah, and then the chemicals that are in plastic. So maybe I need
to get you a Stanley Cup.
If I do, it won't be pink. It won't be pink.
It won't be from Target.
Yeah. I'll get some. I have a lot of those stainless steel cups from everybody. People in the real estate business. People, even the company I work for, Bay Paper. I've got one of theirs with the logo on it. I don't need a logo. I don't need it. I need to put a Sip and Chew logo on there.
That's right.
And so let's see what and
maybe they can start viral.
Hey, there you go. All you gotta do is put it on TikTok.
Well, that's what I don't understand about the whole Stanley Cup thing is, what sparked that? I mean, what's the specialness of that?
I think it was because it was pink and it was for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
It was for Valentine's Day.
Well, they changed their market. They went from marketing to these men in the workplace to women.
It's always been a woman's store, in my opinion.
Target, really?
Yeah, it's always been targeted toward women.
I meant Stanley, though. Stanley.
Oh, Stanley. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to jam your fingers.
Their target audience, and Buddy was a good decision.
Well, yeah, it makes sense in that way.
Well, they hold the purse strings.
Make it pink, they're going to buy it.
They're going to buy it. Yeah. And especially coming off the Barbie movie and the whole Barbie thing.
Sense. Yeah, and pink is the new black, that kind of thing.
Sort of. I don't know if pink will ever replace black.
Well, not so I'm saying, there's always a fashion color for the year. I think this year's color is like not a mauve, it's kind of a offset coral, but I think it's always a color for the year. Maybe that's what okay. I get it.
And I have pink shirts. I feel totally comfortable wearing pink shirts. Yeah. Full of confidence.
I'm shaking my
head. He's getting more confident by
I can't see my pink. I just can't. Sorry.
Well, October's a big month. Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I'll wear my pink shirt a lot.
Okay, I'll wear a wristband. I'll do a pink wristband, but I know I can look good in pink. Blue,
not everybody does.
Exactly.
Not everybody does.
You've got too much pink in your face. So you just.
I'm always embarrassed. Blush. I'm always blushing.
Okay, that's it.
Anyway,
something new over there.
Yeah. But in the music world, there's been a lot of we've lost a lot of people here recently in the music, especially in the Mobile market. And I know there's been several memorials for people. Callahan's had one. I went to one the other day. A guy I grew up with. I've known him since he's 15 years old. He's part of the Tyson family, and their brother-in-law. And Paul was a well-known bassman, played bass in Mobile, and I hate to see the music structure like that, but because I go out and support the music structure in this town, I love to. Right. We love to push it here because it's all local, and I go to Callahan's a lot. I go to Cedar Street I've started going to Stables, and because there's a band there, I'll go to River Shack because there's always been Beats, always got music, and it's good to support the local, just like the restaurant scene. They're like, we have a renaissance of great music in this town as we have with restaurants.
The music scene goes along with the restaurant. The one
a lot of it, and they're
a good band you go in and eat
downtown. There's some places have music and they just start too late for me.
Yeah.
I just don't want to. So, but like I said, we got Kimberly Richardson here, and she is a health. I was going to say health nut.
A little bit.
A health instructor, and she's going to tell us all about what she does when we come back. If you'd like to ask her a question, 251-343-0106 is the Callahan's Irish Social Club text-in line, or you can call in, and we're gonna get busy here after when we come back. I guess I could go to Facebook.
I love that we're going to address the medically supported weight loss. Love it. It's a big topic.
Well, see, I had talked to you about my ex-wife. I was going to get her started on Octavia. Now she had a doctor give her 3 months of those shots.
So we just partnered starting in January. I'm partnered with LifeMD, which is like you do it online. Basically, you log in, you do Zoom with doctors, and they go through, we do blood work, and we go through your health history, and we can do that as well for people that, some people are going to choose that easy option, but unless, and I'll say this in a minute, but unless they put some really healthy habits in place, it's coming right back. And studies are showing that up to 22% of that weight loss is muscle, which is not going to be good as you age.
Yeah, it seems like January stress rate. For whatever reason, you put all this stuff off maybe in the holidays, and now it's coming back to haunt you, and you got to put those priorities back in place. Cortisol is just a fun thing, so kind of hard to detect what is and what isn't in helping you gain weight. I've noticed that just in the last week or two, a lot of new structures came, and it's like I can tell, I know where it's going. It's like I haven't changed my eating habits. I haven't, and my exercise habits. It's like just cortisol. Just the wonderful word we just kind of lessened our.
Well, part of something, and that's the first word I've got on here is mindset. Part of what we address is healthy mindsets, and that's in several areas. It's
How long have
sleep.
you been doing it?
This aspect for about 3 years.
About 3 years.
Yeah, 3 years. And so I was a dental hygienist for 20 years. And so I addressed health in a different way.
Yes.
And so my husband and I were just at we were desperate. We were bigger than we'd ever been, miserable.
Yeah.
And I just dove headfirst into how do we change this? And I don't want to change this like for 3 months. I want to change this like right going back.
Right.
So it's been a great
I got told
journey.
my story is how I came back to being healthier. Was my son at that time, he's 30 now, just turned 30, but at the time he was like 3. And I was going through the divorce with his mom, and I was living here in Mobile, and he got up into the couch with me, and we were watching some Disney movie, and he goes, "Nice pillow, Dad." I was 260, 270.
That's where my husband was.
Yeah, it was just, I was miserable. My back, my legs, my everything.
Were you on medication?
I had to get back to the gym. I just made the decision to get back, start running. And one of the things, that's one of the things. I don't run as much now, but I do. Not as much as I did then, what I said. But the gal said, she said, you do realize this is not for a couple of weeks. It's the rest of your life.
Right.
And it made sense. I'd heard it before. You know how you hear something and it doesn't sink in?
Well, and it depends on where you are too in life. Whereas if it's really going to sink in or not.
Yeah. Here we go.
I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I got to do something. Okay, we want to thank a few people first before we get started here. Bob's Downtown Diner on the corner of Fat and Happy at the corner of North Jackson and St. Francis Street. Was there this morning. Had some eggs and sausage patties. Good protein.
You're saying it because you're.
Love their omelet.
Yeah, I love omelets, but I just haven't eaten them. But also, we want to thank Le Bichon Wine and Tapas Bar over there in Daphne, home of the Dave's famous pimento cheese. That stuff's good. Hall Sausage and Wholesale Meats. Just wonderful people over there. They're out of Chickasaw. Go ask for them in the store. Go to the Saraland Walmart and ask for the Hall's Sausage and Wholesale Meat products because they don't have it there for some reason. But anyway, and then we want to thank the fine folks over at Butch Cassidy's in the heart of Flow which is at O'Shell and Florida Street. But now we have Kimberly Richardson. Now, Kimberly came on last year, and I was just getting started with my diet plan. And I had a coach, Riley Copeland. I would see him out and about, and I noticed, I'm like, man, he looks like half the size he used to be. And I asked him what he was doing, and he told me. So I signed up and I started doing it. And I started losing a little weight, but I just wasn't committed. And I failed miserably at it. Well, Kimberly came on the show, and then, Kimberly was like a burr in your sock, rub it against your ankle and just like, God, this girl won't go away. And then I gave in one day because I saw a picture of her husband and he had lost so much weight.
75 pounds.
Yeah. And then, I'm sitting here. Let me figure out mine real quick. I used to know it, but from where I was and where I am, I'm 63 pounds down. So I'm down 63 pounds, but I'm stuck at 215. And if I could just get down to, now I'm going to tell you, the holidays hit. I got weak. I am weak.
You're right. None of us are perfect.
And the holidays really set me back. But I should be, my goal weight is between 200 and 190, 200 and 190. That's where I want to be at, somewhere in there.
Wonderland.
I've had to go from a size 46 pants waist to 40.
Wow.
My goal is to get down to 38 in the size 38. So anyway, we're going to have failures, right?
Right.
So all the people who knew me, I'm going on a diet. I'm going to hit the gym. Well, let me tell you what, I joined the gym October 2022. And then I had some surgeries and I could not go to the gym. And then I said, well, maybe it's too cold. And I kept coming up and said, I still have not been to the gym. I still haven't been to the gym. But well, actually, it's part of my Social Security and Blue Cross Advantage benefits. So I don't have to pay. It's the YMCA in Daphne. So I'm going to get in there. I promise I am. But I started walking and then it got too cold and it rained and then it could be too hot. And I keep making excuses.
You got to be committed to that too. But
you do.
Sometimes it's a work in progress. Right?
It is that, yeah.
And so when you get to feeling better by, just getting your weight down, that's an aspect of it. That's not all of it, but getting that down, man, you feel like it, right? You feel like you can.
You want to do it. You're inspired. And then I feel good when people say, wow, Mike, you've lost weight. How much have you lost? And, I feel good. That makes you feel good.
Especially now that you upped your belly, you're like, 63 pounds.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So,
that's life-changing.
and that's in a year's time. And I feel like it's safe. It's a safe, comfortable regimen. Because I've seen in your program and other people's that do this, like they've lost 60, 70 pounds in 3 months. But I don't know if that would be healthy for me because I'm much older than all those other people. Right. But I cheated, but yet I still lost weight. Right. And the program's a good career. Why don't you tell everybody what you do?
Right. So about 3 years ago, my husband and I were both, and I think that's what inspired you a lot, Mike. And my husband's name is Michael. But we were both just heavier than we've ever been, and had really just gotten to a place where we were just over ourselves. And so same thing as you, we saw some friends of ours that we were like, holy cow, what are they doing? They look so good. And so, of course, I reached out to them like, hey, what are y'all doing? We really need help. And so it was one of the best decisions I say that I could have made. At the time, in my mind, I was like, as a busy mom, I was just trying one more thing, right? One more thing. Just try one more thing. And I had really no idea that it would have then yes, what you're putting in your mouth, right? You can't outrun your fork. And so you can just work out like crazy, but unless you really have a plan nutritionally to get you where you want to be, that's just a huge part of it. And so, of course, being active is important, very important. And this time of year, I feel like lots of people, right? Everybody's keyed in on what can I do? What do I want to do? How am I going to be a new me this year? And so, we kind of embraced those, putting some healthy habits in place. And yeah, it was what we were eating, but then it was like, okay, yeah, I need to get up and, do some walking, be active. And then all of a sudden, yes, we were, like you said, we were losing weight, feeling better. We could be more active because, we weren't dragging that much weight around. And, same thing, people just began to notice. And so when they did, we've helped about 500 people do it as well.
Wow.
And so just personally. And so, helping others it's almost like the AA mentality, right? When you have success in overcoming something,
Mm-hmm.
and then you kind of pour back into people and help other people do it as well.
Yeah.
It keeps you accountable, like super accountable. But you just continue to put more and more healthy habits in place, and helping others is just a great way to give back. And
Well,
so,
I've noticed what I do. I read labels.
mm-hmm,
I read every label now.
mm-hmm,
I want to know how much sugar.
that's right.
I want to know how many calories. I
Mm-hmm.
want to know the amount of sodium.
Right.
Because when I do have, I went to Chopsticks over last Sunday.
Uh-huh.
I wanted some pho. I'm just craving pho like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it had noodles in it.
Mhm.
It had a lot of vegetables and protein in it. But boy, when I left there, there's so much sodium in that. I just felt,
Bloated.
oh God, yeah. And it was delicious.
Yeah.
But I just felt like bloated like crazy.
Well, then that's a little learning part too, because you're
Mhm.
like, okay, I realize that is something that does affect me. Right?
Mhm.
It'll just help you make healthier choices moving forward.
Yeah.
And it'll help you with the mindset. So mindset of not what I can't do, but what I can do. I can put some healthy habits. I can eat some vegetables and protein, and I'm going to feel better. I'm going to feel like doing that walking I want to do.
Yeah.
Instead of that mindset of I can't.
Yeah. Right.
Like, oh yeah, I can. And I can keep those commitments to myself. I can show others and inspire others that you can do it.
Yeah.
You can get off those meds. You can get to what you want to do and set those goals and actually reach them. So
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm real pleased where I was and looking at where I was and where I am now.
mm-hmm.
But like I said, the holidays kind of really set me back.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had COVID.
Mm-hmm. I saw that.
And God bless my ex-wife.
I saw it.
I said, the only thing I want is some cornbread dressing.
Yep.
And she made me a big pan of corn. And I ate it for breakfast, lunch, afternoon snack, dinner, midnight snack, wake up at 3 or 4 in the morning, snack. And I ate that whole pan. It was warm. I cut it in little squares. I warmed it up in the microwave, or I put it in my air fryer and warm it up and give that little crunchy crispiness.
Mm-hmm.
And then
when you're sick, the
it
most
felt
important
good.
thing is to get yourself well.
It warmed me from the inside. From the inside out.
And even doctors, there's a lot of doctors kind of swapping how they are doing things now with recommending eating healthy things.
Mm-hmm.
And any kind of chicken or meat that's actually cooked on the bone, which I'm sure she did if she made it. She cooked that turkey or
she did.
chicken
She
on a
makes
bone, and that there are great things in there that's going to help you heal. And
Yeah.
So,
So-
you got to get well.
Thank God it only lasted 3 days. I mean, 4th day I started feeling better. Then 5th day I went Christmas shopping.
The
So
thing about COVID is it just seems to just drain you. You're tired.
Yeah.
Most of it, you just feel wiped and you can't move. And I don't even want to get up to the fridge. It's what my feel. I didn't want to use snacks.
you just never had my ex-wife
Everybody-
cornbread dressing.
You get up and go straight there.
But the mentality, like you say, is everything. It's absolutely the most important thing. I think that saying yes rather than saying no, and I don't mean yes to this. That's bad for me,
Right.
but yes, I
Yes
can
to
do that.
you.
So yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. When we come back, we're going to talk some more with Kimberly. We're going to talk about some medications that are out there.
That's right.
251-343-0106 is the Callahan's Irish Social Club texting line.
Oh, yes. So there's, I feel like right now it's $2 billion industry just on weight loss. Shots and insurance has also changed how they're covering it.
Yeah.
Right. And if and how much.
Well, I remember my doctor. I talked to him about the shot, and he said, "Well, insurance doesn't pay for it, and it's outrageous."
It is. There's so many people that are just paying it.
So Madura.
Majorno.
That sounds like it. Maduro.
Wegovy was
Billy
the
from
main.
Fowl River has an input via text.
Okay.
He's 69 years old, tries to walk 3 or 4 days a week, still struggling to lose weight through sweat. So I'll interject that.
Okay. All right. That'd be good.
Yeah. You'll be able to speak on that, right?
Yeah.
Well, I got a friend.
You can address him.
Yeah, I have a friend that eats like a horse, and he started walking 2 years ago, and God, he looks great. And then
He
another,
probably cut back a little bit.
I'm sure on food.
Yeah.
And
It's got to be a combo.
one thing about the power bars and all that really, I'm down. I still got plenty of those left, some of those left, and I got a lot of cereal, and
It's convenient.
and those chips, and I could put those out. I got to where I like the cereal better than anything, and I'll just eat it dry right out of the bag.
You just have it in your car.
I do. I got two Ziploc bags in my car right now. Well, those bars are cold and on cold days. They're hard.
They are. If they've been in the car.
I put them. I try to keep them in the ice chest. I keep an ice chest.
So it won't melt.
Keep some of
See
that.
where the guy won his suit against McDonald's for proving that the food is inedible and indigestible and so forth.
I didn't see that one.
I mean, this guy's a major authority on food and chef, that kind of thing. He won a lawsuit against McDonald's because of how inedible the food and how bad it is. And I was like, wow, there's a step ahead.
Yes. Right. And kind of what that does to
It's
you.
amazing. It's in there. I mean, yeah. Here we go.
Okay, we're back. I'm sorry we're not streaming live on Facebook. I don't know what I'm doing. If Stu was here, he would know what to do. But anywho, we're here with Kimberly Richardson, and Kimberly, there is this craziness going around with people using diabetic drugs and shots to lose weight.
Right.
I've seen 1 or 2 reports the doctor says, yeah, you're going to lose weight, but you're actually losing muscle instead of fat. What do you know about that?
So, funny thing, we've of course watched those, and I've read some studies recently. A couple things. It's like a $1 billion industry right now. It's a moneymaker for sure. And people, and even I in the past would have been really tempted to just have that easy fix, right?
Mm-hmm.
At one point, everybody was the gastric bypass or the lap band. This is going to fix it. And, maybe I'll cut back on what I'm eating, but may not have to have like serious change in what I'm eating, right?
Right.
Really address what you're putting in your mouth. And so, I get that. I understand it. And so what we have done is we've partnered with with some doctors called LifeMD. And so I work with people with their nutrition and what you put in your mouth and develop a plan that's easy and convenient. We have a lot of just really convenient options for all of us on the go. And so, but we have partnered with some doctors that will do the blood work and decide if you are a candidate. And if so, you have options.
Right.
Of course, the weight loss drug, the main one is Wegovy, but then there's other options as well, depending on your health,
right,
what you're trying to accomplish, and then depending on if you need to be on that, how long, 3 to 6 months, I believe is tops. And so, but they understood that they have to connect these patients with a helpful nutrition plan that they can actually put some healthy habits in place. They're going to learn portion control. They're going to learn foods that you want to eat together that are going to keep you at this goal. Because, gosh, they're expensive, right? That's the other thing. You're spending all this money on all these medications. And if you don't put some things in place that are going to keep you there, it's going to come back. And so, because it's not just the easy fix, right? There are side effects of those medications that you need to consider. That's why it's really important to work with someone and get that blood work done prior and not just, start the shots. But, we're working with those patients and helping them realize, okay, we look at where they are, where they'd like to go. There's several different plans for people that are currently on the weight loss shots. So there's specific plans for them. They have to have a lot of protein, because what you just said is we've actually found, a last study I read this week was 22% of the weight that they're losing is actually from muscle. And so where you might think, who cares? At least I'm losing it. Well,
it does.
Oh my gosh, we're already losing 3 to 6 to 8% of our muscle mass, every 10 years. That starts around 30. And so as you get older, that's a really big deal with, women with osteoporosis, just protecting your bones and joints long term, right?
Yeah.
You want to be active. You want to be able to have a full life and be able to have a good quality of life. And so that muscle mass is going to be really important, especially if you ever get sick or anything like that. And so along with that, we've actually done a lot of research and come out with some things for amino acids. And amino acids for people that are, like this time of year, putting in some workout routines. It's really important for several things. It's going to reduce soreness, and it's actually going to help you build muscle and retain muscle, and it's lean muscle. And so adding in some amino acids, if you're looking at, putting some active things in place, it's going to be a big deal. And there's several different ones on the market, but we've done a little bit of research and figured out some of the best types of amino acids to be using in the combination that it's going to take to actually work. And so that's a new thing that we've been putting in place the last 6 months, and I can tell you it made a huge difference with muscle soreness. And so that's been a big deal. But for these patients with that want that medically assisted weight loss, it is an option. But it is something that, you need to take in consideration what you're eating and really think about it as, this can help me with my portion control, but it's really important what I eat when I do eat.
You say portion control. I've been doing that. I've with the Optavia, I learned to weigh, and I can look with my eye when I go to a buffet.
That's right.
I get the fruit, I hit the vegetables, I'll find a protein, and I don't go back 3 times, anymore on a buffet. I just go.
Well, if you eat the right things, that
and you don't need to go back.
And as you lose, your stomach will shrink anyway, and you don't require as much to fill you up. And but I watch more about what I eat. I spend more time on when I get to the food department of the grocery store. I'll go ahead and go get through the health and beauty aid, get my stuff there. I'll cruise the CD, see what movies I don't own or whatever, and then I'll make my way over there, because I'm going to spend a lot of time just reading the labels. And I was trying to find some good healthy nuts to eat, but everything's so coated in salt. And it's hard to find something. So I guess I probably need to go to a health store to find something like that. But okay. You said we had a text.
Yeah, actually, Billy and Codin, I believe, said he's 69 years old. He tries to walk 3 or 4 days a week, still struggling to lose weight at 220. That he didn't put down his goal, but I get that, and I get that it's a balance. I think a lot of folks in this education process of trying to lose weight at the front of the year, there's so many focuses on just run or just eat. This is the answer. Or, for me, for example, I know stress We were talking about that off mic or off air.
Yeah.
You know, stress can really pile up in January and February because we kind of let everything go during the holidays, and ourselves included, meaning mentally.
Right.
And physically, we just kind of grab that little snack over here. Well, we got a fruitcake. A little bit won't hurt. You know, I know all that. And then I think most people feel the same way.
Right.
Sugars are absolutely
Right.
atrocious now. That,
Yeah.
Because the impurity of the real sugar versus the, and I can understand why people just going to throw their hands up and go, ugh.
Yeah.
You know, the whole point of that is, yeah, a little walking. Yes, a little portion, a little, that, you know, it all is part of it. And it's a discipline.
Right. And eating smaller meals throughout the day. That's one of the biggest parts because you want to get your body in fat burn.
Right.
And so to do that, you have to eat smaller meals. And any diabetic doctor that you see is going to say, if you really ate some smaller meals throughout the day, that's going to help lower your A1C and it's going to help you lose weight alone. But if you put proper nutrition in on those times, it's really transforming what can happen.
What's really interesting is I'm a bird. I eat like a bird. I eat throughout the day, a little snack, with like nuts or Planters nuts or, and then I'll eat the meal at night. I've always been that way. When I start to do more meals, I broaden.
Yeah.
Still, I don't know.
Right.
Getting up and having your first meal 30 minutes to an hour after you wake up, that just really kickstarts your metabolism for the day. And then you eat every 2.5 to 3 hours in that area, and you're eating something that's good for you, protein.
Stu and I have a friend named Derek Knight. And if you're listening there, I doubt he is. He's probably sitting in church. But Derek, like I said 2 years ago, he got up and he gets up at 5 a.m. and goes walking. Doesn't matter how cold it is. He goes walking. And he does have the option of a gym to go walking. And he's got a group of friends. They all go walking. And he's like half the size he used to be. And I saw him the other day at the new Piggly Wiggly on University. That's a great store, by the way. And
that was really good. Yeah, that was.
And then I have another acquaintance, a guy I know. I saw him outside of Callahan's one night, and he had a big dog with him. And I said, Jim, he says, yeah. I said, how'd you lose all that weight? And he says, I walk 5 miles a day. Now, when I walk 3 miles. I have a 3-mile route.
Yeah, that's good.
But it takes me by my whole little wall.
Takes you by your triggers.
Yeah. But I'm good. I'll wait till I get home and then I'll maybe shower and then go back. But I and like beer is like a no for me. And every day during the holidays, wine was okay. People said, "Are you participating in a dry January?" And I said, "Yeah, I drink Sauvignon Blanc. It's dry." So, but anyway,
wow.
But what Steve was saying about nibbling, just the little things, and what your program in the program I was on, and still working on, you have those somewhat scheduled times in the day where you have the power bars but I looked at that program and then I look at the gram bars and even though the calorie count's the same, the ingredients is different, the sugar. And I didn't realize how many sugar-free options are out there. Popsicles, delicious popsicles, sugar-free. They just as sweet as you never know. I eat my Jell-O. I get my Minute Maid zero sugar juice. There's so many options.
And creamer, like for all the coffee.
Now, I'm not a fan. I do that too. I'm not a fan of the dressings, the salad dressings. Just
okay.
I saw you on Facebook last. You posted, so I went and bought one of each.
You did.
And I tried the ranch wasn't my favorite.
So
The Italian was good.
Yeah, so of course, Skinny Girl. It's a good brand. It just as a Walden Farms.
Mm-hmm.
They have amazing.
How about Newman's?
Yeah. And there's a brand, and it's all over the place, but it's called G Hughes. It's the letter G.
I haven't seen it. Yeah.
Last name Hughes, and it's the guy's face on the label. Everything he makes is sugar free, so he makes tons of salad dressings, but he also makes every kind of sauce you could think of. So whether it's
barbecue.
Well, the barbecue sauce is great. And ketchup, yum.
A lot of barbecue sauces.
All the sauces you could think of.
A lot of barbecue sauce. There's a number of them that have only like 5 calories total.
Yeah.
and I was just blown away by that. So I
Especially
prefer,
vinegar base.
yeah.
Mhm.
And when I've had to eat something on it, I want that with this. I bought some.
You
It's
get
only
to
got
where
5
you're like,
calories.
okay, good. I mean,
It really
I
is.
have to have the ones with 100 grams of sugar.
There's a lot of good, the gluten-free options.
Right.
My wife went through a period where she had to have
Issues with
this,
gluten.
and it's just, oh my gosh, it was such a challenge,
Yeah.
for me.
That's a lot of
but I
people.
lost a lot of weight, and
Yeah.
the hard part was for us is finding the right balance again of chemicals.
Right.
And we talked about preservatives. The big concern for me with sugar-free is the old saccharin type of things. I know it's not around, but
Mhm.
those chemicals replace. The best thing is just real sugar, right?
Right.
Okay.
And even in just trying to avoid a lot of the sugar, that's, it's in our society, it's in everything.
Oh,
It's
fried
everywhere we
food down
go.
in the South,
And
right?
even I tell my clients, I'm like, oh, that junk's going to be everywhere. It's going to be at work in the break room. It's going to be at the kids' school. It's going to be everywhere.
Right. 251-343-0106 is Callahan's Irish Social Club texting line, and we got to have a caller when we come back. Just hold on, caller, please.
Who is it? Do you know?
Hmm?
Who is it calling it? Do you know?
Johnny?
Johnny says diabetes, weight gain.
Okay.
That's getting type 1 or type 2.
And that's when I hit sugar, I knew that was going to happen. 'Cause, I mean, that's
Do you know
where
how
I'm
many
on
people?
borderline. And I take metformin.
Yeah.
That dropped me 20 pounds. Just that.
So now you see how the diabetic medications are actually working, right? That's what all these weight loss medications started as, was diabetic medication.
Oh, we got a second caller.
That's what they are.
Nice. That's nice. Well,
And you know what? They started watching and realizing that the side effects and all these patients were losing weight.
Yeah.
And that's when the abuse started.
Well, and that was one of the concerns because metformin, I'm an alcoholic. I've been sober 20 years. Okay. So my issue has always been I don't want to even go to the psychiatrist for fear of getting on something. It's not physical. It's thinking. It's that,
Yeah.
well, this is working, so I
Do
need
you
to.
do you go to meetings or anything like that?
Yeah.
Still?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I haven't in a while now, but I mean, for 20 straight years, I was going Saturday mornings, and then I took up this as part-time. So now it's hard because I work for myself
Timing.
during the week. And it's just like diet. It's just what can you do? When can you do it? What's your discipline of, well, yeah, I need to do this, but it's that lovely word, but. It's as big as the
I'm
word
going to
if,
tell you,
right?
but it's the accountability.
Yeah.
That's really, and accountability is what got me here. And it's what got me where I wanted to be. And I've stayed there 3 years later. Same thing, the same thought process.
Yeah.
And you need that
Pride and
accountability in
ego
your
gets
life.
in there too.
Yeah.
Right?
We got the cookie on, and we got about 10 minutes to wrap everything up. So
Okay, we're gonna. What we'll do?
Cookie can kind of go on and on. So
Yeah, we'll do cookie last. Is there anything you want to close with?
Huh?
Is there anything you want to close with?
anything we haven't talked about?
Yeah.
No, the only other thing,
We want to talk about how people can get in contact. with
right. So I'm going to send you a link. If we can post the link to a health assessment that they can talk to me at, just have a conversation and we can see what would be a great option for them. And so, to see what would be the best fit for them
That's
if
the
they're
best way to
interested.
wrap it anyway.
If they're interested in talking to a physician, if they're interested in talking to me about nutrition, we can do that. This partnership is going to be it's like you might as well tap into $1 billion industry
Yeah.
and partner with somebody that is going to help them. But we're getting referrals from LifeMD as well, so it's it's a great partnership.
All right, real quick, we want to thank our sponsors, Bob's Downtown Diner on the corner of Fat and Happy, Libby, Sean Wine and Tapas Bar over in Daphne, Hall Sausage and Meat. Go out there, wholesale meats. Go out there and ask for it in the stores if you don't find it. And Butch Cassidy's over on Florida and No Shell Road. And real quick, because we got 2 callers, but real quick, things you want to let people know, let them know how to get in contact with
Sure.
you. And
What we can do is we're going to post a link on the page after we get done. But if you're interested in talking to someone about nutrition, say, what would be a good option for me? If you're interested in finding out more about medically supported weight loss, that's something that we would work in tandem with you and help you also put some really good nutrition things in place. You can fill out that link. And so it's a free, basically, health assessment to see where you are, what would be good for you. And we can contact you and set up a time just to talk for a few minutes.
Is there a website that they can also do that? Your website?
Actually, and we can post it too. It's my social media. So
Okay.
it's Kimberly Kennedy Richardson is how I'm listed on Facebook, and we'll post a QR code for that too.
Okay.
Put links to those, but and on Instagram at Kimberly K Richardson. That's my handle. So absolutely.
Let's go to the phone. We have
All right.
Johnny and Sims.
Johnny, how are you doing this morning, Johnny? Doing great. Doing great. Mm-hmm.
Right. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
God, I love rice.
You should. Or cauliflower rice, maybe.
Cauliflower rice,
Cauliflower
yes.
rice is a really good option. Breaking it down. That's right. Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
It's your vice, right? Yeah. Yeah. Veggies. Right? Uh-huh. Yeah. And a lot of people do that with peppers, sweet peppers and cucumbers, things like that. And that's really good that you've been able to listen to that advice and put it into place.
Things that require rice, like stuffed bell peppers or and some other dishes that require rice. I've substituted rice with, the cauliflower rice.
Yes.
Also, I've substituted with mushrooms.
Oh, yeah.
Just chop up or get the mushrooms already chopped up
Mm-hmm.
and not in sodium, but mainly just in the water.
Right.
They're plain water, and just add those to a meat or my protein, whatever I'm having.
Johnny, thank you for your call.
Thank you, buddy.
That's a great point.
And I believe
Cookie, how are you doing, Cookie? Hello, are you there? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess maybe, consult your doctor. It'd be the best thing to do in that situation. Cause I have long haul as well from 3 years ago when I nearly died. So, cause I was out of work for 3.5 months and, it was, not good, but I'm coming around and taking some weight off my body's helped a lot because I live upstairs and I can almost run upstairs.
Getting out of breath.
Oh, I could only take like one step at a time.
Again, I think the best advice is you said right there, exercise is good in moderation, just like eating is in moderation, anything, but you need to find your balance and get with your doctor and get what they're telling you, advising based on your body type, and et cetera.
And exercise is not required. That's one of, the big things is like me, busy moms, right? So if you're in a season of life, it's not forever, but it's one of these things where if you can just change what you're putting in your mouth, it's going to make a world of difference. My husband and I got to our goal weight. We lost 110 pounds combined.
Wow.
No exercise. Okay. And that was like music to my ears.
Right.
I needed to know that was possible in that season where I had little ones and just the time wasn't there. Now we've been able to find some time and we have a lot more energy to do that. But, once you meet those goals, like you might, once you meet your goals where you want to be, that doesn't mean we stop because you're either moving forward or backwards. You set a new goal.
We're so overpowered by what everyone else is doing. We really need to focus in on ourselves. It's not selfish in that way. And for me, for example, someone says, well, you exercise, I should too, is what this guilt thing triggers in the mind. No, it works for me because it helps me clear my head.
Right.
The stress out. And that's part of the weight problem for me. So someone else like Kimberly, hey, if you got kids, I get it. I was there. There was no way in the world chasing.
There just wasn't the time.
Yeah.
But you realize that it's not going to be forever. And then, but then also, when you reach those goals that we were talking about, when you reach those goals, you put these healthy mindsets in place. It's amazing how, you do kind of figure out, now that we've got that, what else can we work on?
It's always, it's a process.
You cannot do it all at once.
Yes.
It's a process. It's ongoing.
And don't expect immediate results.
Right.
They're not immediate, but you'll start to see them and feel them in a few weeks or so. Everybody's going to be different, but I started feeling great, like from 3 going into 4 weeks. I started like, wow, I feel this. And then keep having to pull my pants up.
You had to have a new hole in your belt.
I had to go get 6 new holes put in my. And this one, I got a smaller belt on now. I'm gonna have to have 2 more holes put in this one.
The key word you were trying to throw out there is have.
Yeah, and I got to go buy a new Mardi Gras shirt. I might have to have a new tux. I don't know. New tail
now
stuff.
you're gonna start talking Kente. Here we go.
No. Well, folks, get out there, support local, be local. But Kimberly, thank you for getting up and coming in and being on the show this morning, and all your advice and wisdom and about weight loss. I wish we had more time, but we'll get you back on again. But when I hit my goal, we'll get you back on.
I can't wait to see what we're going to do from this year to next year.
There you go.
It's going to be good.
That's absolutely. Hey, folks, get out there. You know what to do. Provolone. Well, I'm sorry I couldn't get that. Maybe I think I can save this.
Yeah, you can upload it.
And
do y'all also put it